Hey guys, this reading is going to be for the sign of Aquarius for March 2024. Keep in mind that these are just general readings and they will not resonate with all of you. Only keep the messages that resonate and discard the rest. This will be for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. And this will also be for cross watchers. Take a look at all of your signs to get a clearer picture of what's going on with your life, guys. And my readings are all timeless, so whenever you see this reading is when it's right for you, regardless of the timestamp. All right, let's see what Spirit wants to talk about with my Aquarius gang. Sorry, my table is moving so much, guys. I had to move around my setup a little bit. All right, let's see what's going on with my Aquariuses. Okay. I've been having a hard time with this deck. There's just so many cards. It's hard for me to shuffle because I have such small hands. That's why my shuffling is like awful. But trust me, I took it apart and like really shuffled it. They don't feel ready, guys. Give me a little bit longer. Alright. Alright, these came out together. So it seems to me that you're coming out of some kind of soul lesson with a lover. Possibly a water sign that you were with, Aquarius. It feels like you're trying to distract yourself from this heartbreak with like exactly like it says money over love, money affecting your love life. So I feel like this person, whoever this was, because the cards are saying it was a karmic partner, so it was somebody that came into your life to teach you a lesson, right? A lesson or many lessons. Is not necessarily just one lesson. I feel like you just got out of this relationship with this water sign, and I'm hearing like older water sign that you were with, and I feel like with this person you learned a lot of lessons about yourself. They put you into some kind of depression. You're barely getting out of it now. I feel like you're not fully done, like fully healing. It's like this relationship was meant to open you up to a different kind of life, a different kind of universe, a different kind of, I keep hearing life story. It was like it was like this person was here to like break all your beliefs about things that you have been believing since you were a child, because that's what you've been told by either society or the media or your parents, whatever it was for you, because it's going to be different for all of you. I feel like this karmic partner like ripped you to shreds. I heard they like broke you down to your inner core. It's like they broke you open. I feel like most of my Aquariuses have been walking around like sleepwalking, just going through life because of this relationship. It was very traumatic for you guys. It could have been a long time ago for some of you. I'm hearing 10, so it could have been 10 months, it could have been 10 years, 10 weeks ago that you had a fallout with this person, or that's how long it took you to completely heal. But I'm feeling like you haven't really reflected on what happened much. It's just very, very painful for you. So you can't really like learn all the lessons. I feel like you're really close, but I feel like you're still like ruminating on some things that happened between you and whoever this person was. I feel like they betrayed you. They like either cheated on you, or it was just some kind of betrayal. It doesn't necessarily have to be cheating. It could have been that they were lying about something, or that they went behind your back and did something. But I feel like you had a feeling already about this. You weren't sure about this person. You kept going back and forth. There was some kind of like I keep hearing codependency as well. I feel like you guys were like in this relationship because of some kind of a trauma bond or some kind of a pattern, something very familiar to one another, and you guys just like latched onto each other to like I'm hearing like to break like generational curses curses about things that you believe about relationships, about how someone that loves you should treat you. I'm hearing a lot about how you were both raised in similar like environment. So when you guys came together, it was like a moth to a flame, right? You guys were just so familiar to each other. You guys fit into each other's codependent nature, and just like a puzzle. You guys fit into each other. It was like you had the answer for these person's problem, and problems, and vice versa, right? Like there's just so many things that you guys learn from this person, mostly about how someone that loves you should treat you. Also about how you don't stick around when someone treats you bad, even because they love you or you love them. It's not like, I'm hearing that you learned that it's not an excuse to terrorize and act all kinds of crazy with the people that love you, because you know that they'll have more like grace for you, right? Or more. I feel like that's one pattern. That's an example I'm getting. It might not be for all of you, but I'm getting an example about how you figured out that it's okay to walk away from someone that you love or that loves you, because just because they love you doesn't necessarily mean that they're good for you. I feel like that was a hard lesson for you. It was hard for you to walk away from this person because, once again, it's coming into my mind that it felt really familiar, right? It felt like the family patterns that you grew up with, and they're going back to to the same thing that they were telling me earlier, that you guys come from really similar backgrounds, really similar, like the way that you were raised. And so it just all connected, and it just felt like heaven sent, right? Because this was your karmic partner. This was a soulmate. This was someone that was there to teach you all kinds of lessons. And I think they're triggering a dark night of the soul, right? And that means that a lot of you, my Aquariuses, this relationship was meant to like snap you out of the matrix and wake you up. I feel like you're fighting that right now. I feel like it's too painful for you, and it's meant to be painful because it's supposed to rip you apart. It's supposed to rip you to your core. You know, it's kind of like an ego death, right? So you're going to be like purging all kinds of beliefs that you've held dearly with you for most of your life, and just things that are very painful to visit. So I think right now that money thing is coming up again. You're focusing on money. You're not really focusing on what happened on this past relationship. You haven't really dealt with all of it. This has like helped you in a lot of ways. This karmic partner had helped you in a lot of ways, because you see things different now, right? You thought for a long time you couldn't decide if this person was good for you or not. I feel like you were asking a higher power if you should stay with this person, if this was the right person for you. I'm hearing a lot of you like either praying or asking the universe or whoever, whatever higher power you believe in, like, please give me a sign. Is this the right person for me? Why does it feel so good, and why does it feel so bad? Why doesn't it mesh? Why is it so volatile? I think you kept asking, And I think the final question for you to the universe, or who whatever you believe in, higher power, God, when you ask them for a sign, I think you finally saw it big, bright, and loud, or this person did something. It was like automatic. I don't think that even 24 or 48 hours passed by when you started seeing a whole bunch of signs, because that's what you asked for. And I'm hearing that a lot of you have asked for signs before and nothing came up because it wasn't the right time. You hadn't learned the lessons. It has a lot to do with you hadn't learned your lessons yet, and you guys still had a lot to learn with one another. So the universe could only do so much, right? They couldn't show you signs to leave this person because you were still learning with them. So if some of you, because I'm hearing that in my head that you guys are questioning that you've asked this before and the universe never showed you that you should leave this person, but there were hints here and there on like the lessons that you needed to learn. Like they would bring up a situation, I'm hearing some kind of a trigger that you guys had, like some kind of a constant wheel that you guys were on, probably like the same problem, probably like this person not acting or treating you the way that they should. A lot of cycles about this. I'm hearing that a lot of cycles of just being dissatisfied with the relationship and not being able to see eye to eye. Yeah, it got to the point where you were just you're just uninterested, and you figured that the pros didn't outweigh the cons anymore. Not after you took, I feel like some of you took a break from this relationship because something happened that, like I said, you asked for a sign and you got a lot. You got a lot from the universe. It was like it was time. It was like it was time for you to see who this person really was. And now you just have to integrate these lessons. I feel like the universe is telling you that you can only ignore these lessons for so long. I know that right now you're ruminating still and still thinking about what happened and not really integrating most of the lessons. And I know it's very painful, my dear Aquariuses, and you all will integrate these lessons in your own time. And like I said, it's going to be a different lesson for all of you, right? So let's see what else Spirit wants to tell us. I'm going to take out one more line and I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Wow, guys. I see you guys like working hard and like making a lot of money. I feel like you guys are just like, you guys got your head down and you guys are just like focusing on your money. And you're just not worried about love in general. And for some of you, you guys have been single for a while. So it's not like this has just happened. Let's see. Let's see what else Spirit wants to say. And it's funny because you're so much happier now, and that's a little confusing to you. But you feel like you just feel like something like not broke, like detached, cut. Like it feels like you cut a cord with this person. I don't know, you feel different now. You're happy that you can actually resist this person. I don't know, it feels like this person was like a really big weakness to you. Like, not necessarily like, let me explain. Like, you could not say no to this person. Whatever they did, whatever they apologized about, they, or whatever they would do, they would apologize about, and then you would take them back. There was like your boundaries were constantly being crossed with this person. They were not looking for stability with you. They like had a feeling you guys weren't a good match either. They were just writing it out. It's like you guys were addicted to each other. This person also couldn't get away from you. I feel like you see asking for this sign was like the last I heard blow. I don't know why it's coming out like that. It was like the last blow. It was like the camel. What is it? It was like the straw that broke the camel's back, right? You were like, universe, give me a sign. Why is this relationship like this? I really love this person. I really want to spend my life with them, but are things ever going to change? Is this relationship always going to be high and low like this? I mean, because I'm hearing that for a lot of you it was like a really toxic relationship. It wasn't physically abusive, but it was definitely mentally abusive. And it wasn't just one-sided, Aquarius. I feel like a lot of you Aquariuses were more like in a reactive mode because this person was like psychologically abusing you and gaslighting you, making you feel like you were crazy, right? Because of their behaviors. I'm hearing that this person might have been like a cheater or something. And I'm getting that thing again from the very first cards that I got at the beginning, or the very first messages I got from the cards at the beginning, that there was some kind of a betrayal. So, but it's like you broke some kind of ties. I'm getting it again. You broke the string, you broke the ties, you broke the chains. And right here, to me, it looks like you have like handcuffs like on each. They're not handcuffs, but that's what I see, right? You broke the chains and you're like reaching out to the sun, and you're just walking away from these kind of patterns, from these kind of relationships. And you sorry guys, I'm getting like a bunch of stuff because I'm getting the thing about the money, and I'm also getting a story about how you've learned your lesson. I feel like you're still like in like some kind of ruminating. I can't think of another word. You're still digesting what happened. And for some of you, like I said, it could have been a while ago, and you're still like trying to figure out what this relationship meant. You're trying to like extract all the wisdom from this relationship. I feel like those of you that are like not trying to deal with this are the ones that are very, very focused on your money. So a lot of you Aquariuses are just like focusing on your money. You keep telling yourself you don't have time to have a breakdown. But the dark night of the soul, guys, it's just part of your journey, and it's gonna get you one way or another. You can either do it now healthy and try to deal with these issues and these past lessons that you learned from this karmic. And I'm not saying that's going to be easy, guys, because I know that's why you guys don't want to deal with it, because it is so painful. It is so painful because it is meant to awaken some of you, and it's already cracked you open. So those of you that are awakening, you know what I'm talking about. You're starting to see like angel numbers everywhere and synchronicities, and it's just time to awaken, Aquarius. And this relationship just healed so many like lessons inside of you, but there's just still a few more, and it's like the most painful ones that you're trying to avoid. But you have healed like the biggest part, that addiction that you had to this person, right? Trying to resist temptation. You've healed that, and you've broken the chains, and you no longer see this person as someone that you wanted to be with for the rest of your life. All right, so let me get one more card and close out the reading, guys. That's interesting, guys. Good for you. It is so hard to get out of these kind of relationships where it feels like it's an addiction. It feels like you have no control over yourself, right, guys? It feels like you don't even have a choice, and you just go back like blindly. And I think that's something inside of you that finally healed that addiction, that soul tie, that lesson. You guys learned a lot of lessons with this relationship, and you guys are almost there to integrating these lessons. But it's gonna be definitely a dark night of the soul, but it doesn't always have to be super painful, guys. Everybody experiences the dark night of the soul on different levels. If you do it voluntarily, it'll hurt less, guys. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it's true, right? The more you try to fight healing and leveling up, and it's just part of your journey, the more you resist it, the more it's gonna hurt. If you integrate it with love and understanding and realize that we are all here just having experiences. There's not really good experiences or bad experiences. They're just experience to make your soul grow, right? And to reach a different level of consciousness. And you're just going to start seeing things so much different when you finally, come out of the, dark night of the soul. I know right now I'm hearing that it's on pause because you're focusing so much on money. Sorry, guys. I just got so many messages and I haven't even got this last card. I've just been shuffling this whole time. So let me go ahead and get this last card. But yeah, universe had a lot of messages before I was closing this out. Yeah, so don't be scared, guys. You know, tears heal your soul. Um, I know that this was really painful, and with the Three of Swords right there, it's confirming what I was talking about, that betrayal, right? Third party situation. So this person was like cheating on you, or they were always cheating on you. Um, this was a big one, guys. This was like a big lesson about self-worth and being able to walk away with people that don't love you right? Because like I mentioned before at the beginning of the reading, just because they love you doesn't mean you're supposed to be with them or that they're good for you. So I think that's a big lesson, and it is painful. And I know that you're in the middle of it, Aquarius. And I'm so sorry that a lot of you are going through such a painful thing. Also, there's a lot of you that probably are already past this point because of that money thing at the beginning. But for those of you that are at the beginning of this, know that you can do this. You are so strong, Aquarius. You can do this. You can heal. You're gonna be so much, you're gonna be just like a phoenix rising from the ashes when you finish healing this. The more you avoid it, I feel like the more painful it's gonna be. So if you, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh again, but if you do this voluntarily, it'll just be so much better for you. It won't hurt as much. Just give it understanding, work with your shadow self, and just sit down and meditate, and talk to your guides and your spirit team, and ask them for help, right, in integrating these lessons in the least painful way possible. You could always ask that. I know that I have before, and they did integrate the lessons, and they helped me open my heart and be more understanding, because when you change your perspective, I think is when things often hurt a lot less. All right. So, my dear Aquariuses, I am so proud of you for even wanting to start this process. I know a lot of you are trying to avoid it, but it's going to get you. It's going to get you, guys. So, it's better. And I don't even know why I'm repeating myself. But it's better if you do it voluntary, guys. And if you need assistance on how to get through a dark night of the soul, there's a lot of things on YouTube. I am not an expert in any way, but the way that I have gotten through the dark night of the soul, because we're gonna have many of those. Sometimes they're little, sometimes they're big. It just depends on the person. But just asking for help and being grateful and being present. That was a big one for me, being present in the now, not worrying about the future, not worrying about the past, but being here in the present now, and just being grateful and just taking care of your avatar, guys, because we need to take care of ourselves. I think that we deal with stress and pain and lessons better if we're well rested, had enough. And I know that with our busy schedules, we can't always get that, but it's always best to try to take care of our avatars so we can deal with these experiences and integrate them and not have to come back here again and do these lessons all over again, right, guys? Okay, so sorry I was rambling for so long there, but I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I hope that helped you guys out there. I want to say that I am so honored and so thankful to be able and so grateful to be able to connect with so many of you. I feel so honored and so blessed. And thank you so much for coming today. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.